Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Planet Plipcam channel. Today we're going to be taking a look around Car's Radiator Springs, which is a part that I've been trying to wrap up for quite a long time now. I'd just like to give a big shout out to those watching after the stream, after the when it was live. Always want to appreciate you watching it on the replay, so thank you very much. Make sure to leave the stream a like at the end of the stream or whenever you stop watching at the end to show me that you enjoyed it. That really does... That's really appreciated, and it really helps the channel out as well. Hello everyone, to those of you watching live, it's really nice to see you. I'm just going to do some checks to check that I'm actually on the stream, which it looks like I am, which is brilliant. So thank you very much for joining. It's always a pleasure to stream. I really enjoyed last stream, and we're going to be taking a look around this park. I thought I'd just show it off as a last hurrah of the series, and then I'll add it to the playlist of Car's Radiator Springs. If you're new to the channel and just subscribed recently, thank you very much. But yeah, this is a part which I'm really proud of. The series on my channel, it's really what kind of taught me to do a proper series in Planet Coaster Console. So yeah, I'm a real fan of this park. In terms of the lighting, I'm not the biggest fan, but we are going to go in and have a look, and I'll talk to you. I'm going to be honest, completely honest tonight, and tell you what I do differently and all that jazz. So I do hope that you enjoy this stream. Make sure if you're in the chat to come in and say hello. If I could get my internet working as correctly as I would like, I would be live streaming with some cool overlays and everything. But we're going to jump into Plipcam mode, and we're going to take a look around this park. So, to the right hand side, one of the first things I built in this park was the tasting, the Fillmore's tasting, and you can see the custom fences around here. Hello Diamondite, thank you very much for joining. It's nice to see you on this Saturday evening. I hope you are well. Let me know down in the chat. Thanks so much for joining. So yeah, I thought I'd just show you around Car's Radiator Springs. It's just a wrap up for my series, which was quite a short series of little episodes of maybe 2 minutes, but I'm sure lots of people will be familiar because I think I gained lots of subscribers from that. So we're going to go through, and I'll be honest as I can, and you can ask me to look at things. I'm really proud of this park in terms of the theming. It was really sticking to a theme. It's always difficult to stick to just the one theme usually in a park, but I think I've executed it quite well here. So you can see the Fillmore's tasting, and the brilliant thing about this, it's going to be a bit of a longer form of content for you from the usual videos that I did in that series, so I can pull things apart. So I thought I'd just pull apart this sign here, and you can see it's the awnings, and then if I can, I'll hopefully tear apart these letters for you. So we'll jump out of Plipcam mode, and we'll try and select some of these shapes at the back if I can. You know, it's always difficult in these camera modes. There we go, we're in. So these are basically circles, and they give a really nice curved shape all the way around, but you can just see that just there. I'll go into this camera just to take a closer look. We've got all the produce, not that close, all the produce, and people can get their drinks from here. So Fillmore's quite a chilled, laid back character who's really into not taking all the industrial petrols and everything. So, and then you've got these canisters, and I've done that with the basic shapes. It wanted to be a bit more abstract, and that's just all around there. In terms of western pieces, I was discovering all of them and just placing them on the outside, and then you can just imagine loads of staff members walking around here. Your first real outlet that you can go to, the real money maker, really nice and colourful. And then to the right hand side, we will go down this route a little bit later, but you can see the kind of oil rig that we've got around here. And we've got the exit for the cars ride. In terms of realism for this park, it's not the most realistic park in terms of safety and everything, but I did think that this could be somewhat realistic, and certainly the Disney parks really did inspire me for this series. So moving on, you've got a bit of backstage area around the back, quite messy foliage, as I would expect it to be in Radiator Springs. And we've got Sarge's Surplus Hut around to the right hand side as well. We got my custom souvenirs, which I think was the first time that I built my custom souvenirs. I built these for this park, so I was really pleased with those. Icing pieces as the wheels. Lots of people get that mixed up when they download them from the workshop. Those are the wheels, the top of the icing pieces. We've got some postcards around. And then I had some great fun messaging Tommy P and Claire and Brad, who are the console Discord moderators, and I was showing them this mirror and how I've done it. I thought that was quite fun to have a mirror and seeing what is behind, which worked really well in terms of the glass. It has got some lines in it, which is a shame, but yeah, it looks really good. We've got a pink penguin, of course we do. That's just, it has to be in most parks, I think, a pink penguin, after the community of Planet Coaster kind of made that piece very iconic. So there's the sign there, the custom sign. I do like sinking this star into different shapes. I did it in my Caesar Flickerman build in the Hunger Games area of Zonplip Studios recently. They work really well. You can just sink them in, and it, you know, it's a smaller star, which works well. At night time, this one thrives as well, because we've got this kind of cannon with these lighting fixtures. It almost looks like smoke or fire. It's a brilliant piece. I think it's meant to be a wing for the Christmas theme, but that works really well. A custom building as well. This is all the roof, acting as walls in some places, and then we did, to get this curve, we had to use these haunted beams just here. So they worked really well, and we did have some issues with the textures, which is really annoying in this game. When you have loads of pieces, which we certainly do with these souvenirs around, it was really getting in the way and taking the textures away from rocks, which are the first things in Planet Coaster console, which lose their textures. We've got windows on the outside. They look pretty neat, I think. And that's that there. Just another thing I'd like to note is this lighting fixture that I've done. The icing piece is just to trim it off, and then some scenery, and then inside there is actually a light to make it functional. And you can see it's just struggling to render all the lighting fixtures there. So you've got white fencing to the brown fencing, really contrasting the different characters. And I really love this view from the street. So I think we will go back into Plipcam mode because we do want to see it. Oh, here we go. Hopefully, they don't like it when someone's already Plipcam, I don't think. So we'll go into Plipcam and we'll take a look in this brilliant perspective view where you can zoom in. It's really gives you a good perspective of things. So we'll run around a little bit and take a look. So yeah, just a bit of a chilled look. If you're just joining, thank you very much for joining. Please leave a like if you're enjoying the stream. It always helps the channel out. But yeah, we'll take a chilled look at Cars Land Radiator Springs that I built for the Discord contest. If you'd like to join that, I'm sure it's in loads of my video descriptions, the link for it. Loads of contests, one every single month or two, which are really enjoyable to test your strength against other members of the community. So around here you can see these custom buildings, which have the barbecue building. These were inspired by Mass Bandit. I'm pretty sure that he built one on one of his streams. And then we've got the cheeseburger sign just there, the Western figures, which are decorating this all nicely. Doc's barbecue sign, which has worked really well. We've got a tree, which is just in the way, I guess, of cars, and so are these lampposts. But it is a game, and there's going to be guests walking around there anyway. So we've got smoked brisket. I know Mass Bandit loves a bit of that, so we had to get that in. Check out Mass Bandit if you haven't already. Amazing PC Planet Coaster creator. And we've got the Ornamental Valley Mechanical Clinic around to this side. So Dr. Hudson, Doctor of Internal Combustion. This was kind of a thrown together building over quite a few nights when I was trying to build this. It was really difficult to get that curve on that roof and then get the signs in, which they weren't too far to the left. If I was going to do it again, I'd definitely try and make them go to the right a little bit more, which was a bit annoying. You can see textures lost around here until you get really close, but you can walk through in Plipcam mode, and it's fully themed. The guests will not actually come in here, which is a shame, but there's too much stuff in here. They'd all just be running around like crazy and walking into things. So the newspapers, the idea of that is to really give the idea that Doc Hudson was so famous, and he's got all his newspapers plastered all over the world, all over the walls, and that's really true to how it is in the film as well. My custom chairs and tables for the diner. We got people sitting down with the brilliant lights that you get in the studio pack, acting as the little cups. We got the piston cup around here. Talking of cups. That's shining really nicely. Just trim that all up to the theme of the bar that we've got going around here. It was kind of inspired by, I think, Pizza Express, where they have these black and white trims all the way around. So that went really well. And then for this build, I built a whole set of custom kitchen pieces. That's what took me maybe 2 or 3 nights in the game to do. So really a big chore, but now I can use them in every single park of mine. Oh no, we've got stuck in Plipcam. We'll just exit that quickly. Apologies. Really annoying feature that, how if you get stuck on something you can never come down. But you can see the building pieces here. They are on the Xbox Frontier Workshop if you'd ever like to download them. Thank you to everyone joining this stream. I really appreciate you. If you have any thoughts, queries or questions or any suggestions, please leave them down in the chat below and I'll make sure to get back to you. I'm really grateful for you joining. Thank you very much, and thanks very much for everyone sticking around and watching the replay afterwards. So we've got the that's the restaurant pretty much there. Quite a nice colour scheme as well, and with that claret and the blue, the darker blue. We got chairs outside, and as I say, the barbecue, which really pulls you in from this street, this road. And talking about the road, I really didn't decide to stick some lines on it as you would have on a road, because I thought that would really take away the texturing of the road, and sometimes those pieces are quite shiny, so I didn't decide to do that. I'll just go on mute to have a drink for a second. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm back. Too much talking. I'm getting used to talking all the time. 7 people watching. Thank you so much for joining. It's really appreciated. Make sure to subscribe to the Planet Plipcam channel if you are not already. That would be really appreciated if you are enjoying the content. So, moving along, I think this is my proudest build in this park. It's, to be honest, it's way too big. But if it was in an overscale park, then it would really thrive. You can see the guests walk around. It is really tall. If we go into Plipcam mode, we'll just show you. Well, we won't go into Plipcam mode to start with because we'll just take a look and tear apart this petrol station. But you can see how big it is. There's an entertainment point for Moomin's favourite character, the Cosmic Cow, of course, and it's Flo's Cafe, so you can see this. Now, one thing I'd like to say about this is that there's some real issues with the lighting in this game. Hello to Twisted Track, thank you so much for commenting down below in the comments section. I don't recognise you. I'm sorry if you've been commenting on videos, because I always comment back to everyone, but thank you very much for joining. It's really appreciated. But you can see that those really weird issues. Just sub, no regret. Thank you so much, Twisted Track. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. I'm really trying to push to 500 subscribers, as they've just announced. You can get the community tab, which is going to be brilliant. We've got Flo's Cafe, which is of course very neon, but the lighting is really atrocious in some places. Not my fault, but as I say, we'll just pull apart this scenery group just here. So we've got the hatches. These worked pretty well. They're all sci-fi pieces, and you can really imagine this being a petrol station. So we've got the mutt legs holding it all up. This was inspired by a creator on the Steam Workshop, which I found on that workshop. So thank you to them. I can't remember on this live stream exactly what they were doing with all the pieces, but I'm really happy with how it's turned out. And then I tried to add a bit of character around the footers of the petrol station, where we've got these canisters, which could be pots of paint or whatever, or oil, whatever you've got. We've got oil drums, we've got these petrol pumps. And, I was really happy with that. Of course, we have no TMTK on the console version, so I think that worked really well. Going inside then, we've got lots of references on the outside. To start with, we've got Greasy Grease, Hot Brake Pads, which all you can buy, Lubalicious, and Petroleum, and Jumbo, Big Lug Nuts, and Dipsticks around here. So that's all exactly what they say in the film on the outside. And we've got that floor just there, the checker floor, which is really true to the American kind of Route 66 diner style. So tyres around, a bit cluttered in here, but that's intentional. And I made these custom petrol pumps just as they have in Disneyland, which is really nice. So we've got those around here. Orange, just because I thought add a splash of colour, and in the movie they're very similar. Now this is something that lots of people have said and commented down below, certainly in my Missouri Zoo Garden series, which I've kind of neglected. I apologise if you really enjoyed that series. I've just been inspired in all my other parks at the moment. If you're watching now live for the first time, maybe Twisted Track, you could check out all the series and maybe binge a few. That would be really appreciated. But yeah, I place these all around my park, and you can customise them well, just to add some detail into your diners. Lighting in here is alright. It seems it's not too dark. So we'll go to 3 o'clock, and you've got all of the lighting around here. I would have liked to trigger these neon signs, which aren't lights in themselves. But yeah, I'm really happy with how that's turned out. Theme thrills I can't watch as I'm about to pop out, but I thought I'd pop in and say hi to show my support. Keep it up. I can't hear you either, lol. Well, I'm pretty sure I can hear myself. Yeah, you can hear me on YouTube, so I apologise if you can't hear it. That's a bit odd, but I know that on YouTube it's all working, which is fine. So yeah, that seems to all be working on YouTube perfectly fine. I'll just check that out. It all seems to be working to me, so that's fine. So we've got basic shapes all the way around this building. I mean, that's how it had to be so big, because we've got basic shapes holding up the main structure of the area, and then we've got cars around, which is really cool. We'll head around to the right hand side. We'll do this right hand side first, because this is really what I'm most proud of in the park, this right hand side, which I spent the most time in as well. Diamond Eye, I really appreciate. I can't hear you. I have no volume, and that's why for me. So I don't know if you're talking. Oh, no problem. Sorry. Yeah, it's all cool on YouTube. Thanks for thanks for letting me know if it wasn't. Diamond Eye, sorry, this is an outstanding part. Thank you so much. It was showcased on Twitch, on Mr. Zombieblood's Twitch. Check that out if you haven't already. Not streaming too much at the moment, sadly, because he's such a busy guy. But when he is, really top quality Planet Coaster streams and other games as well, if you're into things like zombies. So that's Mr. Zombieblood on Twitch. Check him out. We've got body art around here. So Ramon's body art. If you know the film. Another really chillax kind of character gets on with Fillmore, that is over into the on the right hand side of the park. But purple glass, which has really given a nice sheen to the front of the building, and then some neon exterior lights and the icing pieces. These signs are sunk into the wall, which works well just to add that custom sign without too much of a piece count. We'll go into this camera; it's much easier. You can hear just in here the lightning bolts. And the spray canisters just spraying, because this is a body kind of paint tattoo kind of shop in the Cars world. We've got a staff building in here because that was a requirement for these Planet Coaster contests. You had to have a staff building, and I thought this was quite a good building to put it in, as guests don't come in here too often unless they come and have a look at these passing cars, which I thought worked out really well. And you can see these cars actually go on the same track and then split up all the way around here. So that's really cool there. You've got the lights, how you can set off, and then the barriers around. And you can see them all flying through. They're all triggered to go together. So that was quite a cool custom building that I did. You've got the basic shapes around here. Which worked very well. Basic shapes again around here. That's kind of a theme that they had on these Route 66 buildings. These cylinder that kind of shape, the bumps. So that was really good. The tower itself, that was a lot of advanced moving with these little rectangles, but it certainly paid off. And I think I built this before we had the vintage pack, which gave us lots of domes, which could have definitely helped out. But we've got the Bavarian wall decorations up the top, and then a big ball. So you can see that lighting up at night. I'm really happy with how that is. Thank you so much, 8 people currently watching. That's really appreciated for the Planet Plipcam channel. It's really going to help out the channel. I'm really trying to push to 500 subscribers so I can change my YouTube plaque. We've got some graffiti around this side. I've tried to deck out the floor with how it was in the film, but you can see Route 66 showing that if you want to turn onto the road, that's going to take you over there under that bridge, hypothetically, if you wanted to go under there. So neon signs all the way around, a bit of a backstage area, some clutter just to fill a space, as we needed some space to then back into this flat ride, which again worked very well. Let's give you a ride on it, why don't we? Loop to loop 4. I don't know why it's 4. I don't know why they give the numbers on these builds, but we're just going to jump in here and go on there. So we've got the grass laid down all the way, and some Fillmore's flip, which has got the queue line going through. I've tried to put quite a lot of guttering on here. Apologies for the noise. The Fillmore's flip, which is this was kind of a throwdown ride. I wasn't a big fan of it, to be honest. But I think the ride in itself, it's brilliant because it's small. But that worked good enough. And we've got the studios don't die fencing, of course. You have to place it in every single park you do. And then good interaction with the main ride, I'd say, of the park. I know there's a brilliant coaster with inversions and everything, but I was really happy with how that went. We've got a flat ride just there, and the lighting's done pretty good. But you can see around here there's quite a few imperfections around with the beams going all the way around with the actual track. And you've got the beams. Sorry, I'll just take a drink. Sorry, it's so hard talking for so long and you get such a dry throat. So yeah, we've got the queue line going around there. That was kind of a throwdown ride. You had to get 2 flat rides in the park, and I was overall happy enough with it to just put it in the park. It was kind of, as I say, throwdown. But to the right hand side, I was much more proud of this area. It took me a long time to sort the path layout out for the Radiator Springs Gateway to Ornamental Valley races. So I put this sign down. I was asking Tommy P, how is it? Does it look good enough? I was trying to make a custom sign out of art shapes, but then in the end I used the cart and then put art shapes on, which worked much better, and that just backs onto this bridge here, which you can see is custom built with the wooden pieces to make those archways, duplicated across and then delete what you actually don't need. So we'll just go out of that scenery group. We've got the don't die fencing again, of course. We've got some brilliant rock work, which I'm really happy with around there. The pathing, as you can see, really difficult to get under here. I was really struggling to do that, but I got it in the end. And then you've got this view around here, so it's kind of difficult to look around if you're not in Plipcam mode, but we'll just take a look. We'll change the time of day. I think in some places it's always easier to be not in Plipcam, but sometimes the perspectives are really good to see. So I built this sign. This took me maybe an evening and a half to build this Radiator Springs a happy place sign. They have this in the film also, and you've got the track going around, and you'll see that as you're on the ride, and also in the queue from the windows of the diner everywhere around. And I managed to utilise that elsewhere in the park, which I was happy with. So I think that we should go and take a ride on this main attraction, I'd say, even though we do have the looping coaster. So we'll jump around here, a pretty simple building. Of course, if this was in a park, you'd have some views of maybe trees or something through these windows, but you head down onto this one, and this is, of course, Sally Carrera, and then we, of course, have Lightning McQueen on the left. So I think we'll have a ride on each, and I'll talk you through the first one, and then we might go at night time as well, just to take a look. So hopefully we'll get some good. You can see the results just here. The lateral G-force quite high for this type of ride, but it's worked alright. just getting them all together. I hope we're going to jump into this ride. We're just waiting for Lightning McQueen, but you can see you just head out of the station with people going in front of you as Lightning McQueen into the station where it's the race start, all the way up into the left-hand side of the park, and you get some amazing interaction with the coaster here. In terms of the realism, like if anything was dropped from the coaster, it would be a bit annoying to get knocked on the head by maybe a penny or a phone falling from someone's pocket. But we've got many of these car rides going around all the way around this track ride. We'll take a ride on Lightning McQueen. We'll just jump on this one before we'll go on this one, I think. The one just leaving the station now. The stats are of course very similar. I think it's only 0.01 of a G-force, lateral G-force off for the other one, so it's all okay there. And we've got the tunnel that takes you up. It would be nice to have a look in the front seat view. Thank you so much for watching. 9 viewers now. That's really appreciated. It's so amazing to have all of these viewers all the time. So you go around to the left in this one, and you can see that you actually cross over the other track. You can see a glimpse of that custom sign, which I used again because I thought if I was going to build it once, I might as well do it again. And my favourite thing about this ride is that they actually overlap, and then one goes in front of each other. So I've made the track short enough that you can overlap the other. So the blue one, I think, is a bit of a shorter track in the end. And that was really important for me, because otherwise it would just be following the track around and it would be a bit boring. Just to say, you exit around here and you can see that there's this white thing, this white border, and this was just for the contest. I could actually delete this, but I like to leave it in to show that I've kept to the rules, kept everything inside the border, but you were allowed some natural work outside, so I used rocks to immerse you into the scenery a little bit more. In terms of the views just around here, you can see the backstage. It looks okay. I would have done a little bit more work around here if I had a bit more time. But you can just see the speed that they fly around those berms. Well, those corners not even banked at all. That's certainly where the G-forces come, and you'd be leaning into the other person in the ride. You got a bit of a backstage area just here to back off that diner. You can see the speed. Yeah, I think it really hurt around there. But then, of